What's up, guys? Grizzled Wizard here, coming back for another reaction to Dungeon Meshi. This is episode 16, and it is called Cleaners Dried with Sweet Sake. Okay, I'm into it. Chillchuck figures out a way to escape the dungeon, but their ascent is halted by an unexpected encounter with an old friend in dire need of sustenance. Yeah, this show is easily one of my favorites. It was a hit with me straight away, and it never fails to leave me, like, kind of hungry at the end of the episode, except for the giant parasite, that... Other than that, though, it's been delicious. Without further ado, let's keep going. You know, this intro actually is really good. I do like it more and more every time I see it. I don't know, some part of me feels like I'm, like, resistant to it out of some misguided loyalty to the first intro, because I loved it so much. But, like, I don't know, this one's totally good, too. I actually love the use of color from shot to shot. It's pretty fantastic. It's so chaotic, there's so much going on. Like, I like that it's obviously analogous of, like, the story and the premise of the show itself, but there's this healthy dose of, like, what the fuck am I looking at? That's kind of constant throughout the intro. I love it. I enjoy it, but it makes me feel like I'm going insane a little bit. Still not comfortable with seeing so much helmetless Senshi.
So while you guys were off doing dumb things like being a rock, getting nosebleeds, or messing with ingredients, I managed to find some patterns in the dungeon's changes.
You make it sound like I wanted to turn to stone.
Yeah, give us a break.
Yeah, dumb things like being a rock. She got petrified, asshole.
When one place gets blocked, another opens up, and that happens over and over. The number of doors, furniture, and building types doesn't change. The walls move in a clockwise spiral at set intervals, and all the statues are in a fixed position. And then, based on other things.
Interesting. So if the statues are in a fixed position, that means as soon as the dungeon starts changing, climb on a statue and you'll be safe. Right?
Chillchuck, you're incredible!
Hey, just doing my job.
Hey, wait, isn't this road?
So she remembers it. We got separated from Fallon here. Only a trail of blood's been left behind. If they notice the trail, they'll get worked up. How am I gonna handle that?
Lios, look there.
Wait a second.
Listen, you guys! Huh?
This was where the dragon's corpse was supposed to be, wasn't it?
That hole in the wall over there.
It looks almost completely sealed up now.
Ah!
The eye of the mage is quickly approaching.
No, that's an appropriate reaction. The hell was that?
But I just saw
The eye of the mage. The mad mage?
mana sickness again, maybe? I've been hallucinating and hearing things.
Hearing things? I'm not sure if that's a symptom. What was it you heard?
It said the eye of the mage approaches.
The eye of the mage, huh? That must mean...
Oh god, here comes the mad mage.
that small dragon. We need to go and hide. Hide where exactly? If we need to hide, we go in the wall!
It's another one of her magic spells.
The wall was like closing around Chillchuck. How did that happen? Is she like manipulating the dungeon to do its changing thing because she knew it was going to happen? Oh, it's like wet cement. Hasn't finished forming.
That magic you used. What the hell was that?
Wait, cleaners? They're vital creatures to the dungeon. Basically, they clean trash and repair places that have been destroyed.
Look at Marcel, she's so smug. She knew about this.
The wall wasn't fully restored, so I assumed it hadn't hardened yet.
This part is the original wall, and the cleaners start down here! And the floor. They've even reconstructed it with the wear and tear a normal road would have.
Fascinating.
Any dungeon that didn't have these little guys would fall apart immediately. And thankfully, they're harmless.
No, they're not. These pesky little critters are always trying to chew up my tent.
They start destroying whatever they feel is in the way. Guess that includes your tent,
He's like,
Senshi.
I wonder how many years he spent sweeping these little cleaners away from his tent.
Think of it like how our immune system removes bacteria.
Totally.
Criminy. What the hell's next? A magical digestive system?
If that was really a thing, I wonder what food a dungeon would eat.
What food would the dungeon eat? It would eat adventurers like you, Lios. I love how his, like, mind is just consistently inquisitive. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Even in the face of Senshi's, like, sarcasm, he didn't even register with him. He was just like, oh yeah, I wonder what that would be like. What would a dungeon eat?
It's the stairs! Yay!
All right. Now's about the time we should start doing that thing.
Yeah, good point. Let's do that.
What the?
What are we?
Oh, right. Now I get it.
Oh.
Ah, wait, you guys been preparing a meal?
Oh, that sucks. And they're so sticky too. So she's like stuck in that now for the episode.
Cook the barley.
Is that what we picked up from the 3rd floor?
I've been holding on to it.
Yeah, the barley was all floating in the water.
The cockatrice meat, the dryad fruit, and the mandrake, along with its leaves. Chop up the depetrification herb, season all that, and fry it.
You should hang on to some of that depetrification herb in case you need it, in case someone else gets turned to stone, you know?
Then,
What is that thing?
this here's a cockatrice egg.
It's so
I'm
squishy.
glad I brought it along with us, but it's pretty dang difficult to use. Finally, add the egg sauce over top, and it's ready.
Stone-baked cockatrice chicken and egg with sauce.
This looks tasty.
If I had stayed petrified longer, would Senshi have used me to make this?
I thought she was going to say if I'd stayed petrified longer, I wouldn't have to eat this right now.
I love this barley rice.
No, of course it's delicious.
I took a couple bricks made by dungeon cleaners and carved them out.
Then does that mean the bowl's edible too?
What's it taste like?
Ooh.
At first, it just tasted like dirt, but now that it's settling in, it's like a magical mixture of cabbage worm, iron, and lemon.
Those are
Ugh.
very different things, Laios.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. And why did you take another bite?
Sure it's okay to be eating magical creatures?
You'll hear things and get nosebleeds again.
Seriously. It's one thing to eat dungeon food. You're eating dungeon creatures that are small enough that they could, like, exist inside you, you know?
Do you think this is some kind of illness?
Whoa!
Wait, is this a hallucination too?
Not to interrupt. But we're under attack here!
How did... when?
Ew. What are you wearing? Is it the skin of a frog?
Don't ask.
This one's helmet are just for decoration.
A child, huh?
That's like the worst thing you could have said to Chilchuck.
Shall we discover their true nature? How about we kill one and see?
Moizuru, that's
Who is this
enough.
Harvey Birdman looking psychopath? Like wings for arms. Oh, Shuro, of course. Of course, it's Shuro's party.
So good to see you. It's been a while. I never thought we'd be in a situation like
bouncing
this.
around.
What a small world.
Nice.
I appreciate it, Shuro. This is Shuro. He used to be a member of our party.
Who is this
One of
Shuro?
the best fighters
Is
I've
he
ever
referring to
seen.
Lord Toshiro?
Right, because they're like his royal retinue, or like because he's a nobleman, so they must be like alarmed at how familiar Laios is being right now. So Lord Toshiro is his full
That's
name.
quite the large group you have.
Oh, and there's Kabru
Hey,
staring daggers.
Kabru.
Like, that's the guy. Here we go.
Nice to meet you. I believe your name is Laios, right?
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Man, why you gotta be like a snake about it? And now you're mean mugging him from the wall, huh?
It's them, isn't it? They're the ones who stole our things. What do we do?
We don't do anything.
Huh? Then why did we bother coming all this way?
I wanted to meet him in person.
Huh?
I doubt there's any point in asking about the jewels. There wasn't any guilt on his face when he saw us. So either he forgot, we blamed the wrong people, the jewels themselves were a trap from the beginning,
There you go.
or all of the above.
Did we come here for nothing?
Not at all. Give me more time to observe.
It's interesting how Kabru is like the opposite of Laios in that he's like brilliant at reading people and he can glean all the answers just from like reading body language and expression the same way Laios can with monsters. But then they're both useless at the other. Laios never knows what other people are thinking. And Kabru has just gotten rolled by monsters so many times.
For us, Chilchuck discovered a pattern to the changes, and that's how we managed to make it this far.
That's so.
Wow, Shuro.
You're more depraved than I thought. Are they your other plans? You've
Oh my
been
God,
busy,
Chilchuck.
huh?
They're merely family.
Oh, they're his family. Okay.
I'm sorry I left the party. I did what I thought would be the best way for me to get back into the dungeon, so I could start
He
searching
went
for
and
her.
reformed another party to get back in here.
I'm surprised that you went back in immediately. Don't you think that was a bit rash?
What if somebody were to get hurt again? It must have crossed your mind.
They were up against the clock. They were trying to save her before she got fully digested.
The four of us were able to defeat the Red Dragon.
Wait, the red dragon.
And where is...
Oh, now he gets the bad news.
Sure.
Oh, damn!
My lord!
Did he have a heart attack?
Please eat a meal and get proper sleep.
Oh, he's just malnourished as hell.
Anyone with eyes can see that he's not doing well.
Eating a good meal and getting rest is really important.
Oh my god, make him some dungeon food. Let's get Shuro on the dungeon Meshi train.
Let's eat something. While we do, I can fill you in on what's happened.
All right, then. Can you prepare a meal for us?
It's mealtime! Let us begin preparing.
Okay, how different is her method gonna be to Senshi's?
You go fetch some water. You two start preparing the rice. And Asabi, your job is... to protect our lord from harm. Can't have you adding strange things to the food.
Oh, is that some low-key racism?
Orin. Huh? Dwarf. Frog girl. Frog!
Frog girl? Poor Marcel.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Frog.
Oh, same.
Doesn't bother telling him her real name.
Let's step away from the group. Then I'll tell you everything we've been up to.
Let me help.
Thanks.
Man, Shuro's really in a bad way.
In this situation, I think the person in the most danger is...
Monsters cooking food, yum yum, eat.
I'll kill you. Senshi! I'll come out with a fire!
Whatever, man. Senshi could take her. Senshi's an oddball. He's very eccentric, but he can handle himself. If you come for Senshi, he's going to cook you into a pot.
Aren't you overdoing it a little bit? So much smoke. I must have him take a bath after his meal.
Here?
Oh my god, send out a smoke signal, why don't you? I'm with Chilchuck on this one. Sometimes he's worrying unnecessarily, but this time I think he's right on the money. Shuro understands the dangers of this dungeon, but I feel like his retinue is kind of taking it for granted that they're safe here.
We defeated the Red Dragon, then retrieved Fallon and brought her back to life. But then we were attacked by the Mad Mage. We decided that we couldn't do this on our own.
You see? That's why I'm glad we ran into you. Please, lend us your strength, Shuro.
The one who created this place is the Mad Mage you mentioned just now. Is that correct? There's only been rumors of his existence, and whoever actually saw him never returned.
And this mythical image that we keep getting shown of the Mad Mage isn't anything like what he really looks like, it turns out.
And how'd you manage to get away from that dangerous situation?
That was all Marcel. Oh, she's our magic user and she held him off.
Just say Frog Girl. He'll know who you mean.
May I ask something too, Laios? Did I see you eating a brick earlier?
No. It wasn't a brick. We were eating part of a wall that was made of dungeon cleaners.
Oh, well, in that case.
For us to traverse the dungeon faster, we've been eating monsters this entire time.
Got the awkward laughter.
That's actually really interesting. Well, what's the most delicious thing you've had so
Nice,
far?
common ground.
Kelby, living armor. You know, it might be the Red
Yeah,
Dragon.
Shuro's too. He's too traditional for this. He's not going to be able to mesh with this idea.
You said living armor. What's even edible on it?
That's an excellent question. It's actually a mollusk creature that uses the armor as
Man,
a
that was
shell.
so cool. The mollusk colony in the living armor is one of the most creative ideas they've done on this show, I think.
By the way, if you're interested in monster meals, we can talk about it whenever.
Wow, I appreciate that. Oh no, he's actually serious about this.
Come on, Kabru. Man, I don't like Kabru. He's feigning politeness. He seems kind of two-faced to me.
You had mentioned that you had resurrected Fallon. Do you know where she might be? There are many places where you can hide on this floor, but most of them are in Orc's territory.
The orcs shouldn't be an issue.
Huh? What'd they taste like?
We didn't eat
Oh
them.
my god. That would be the assumption, I guess. Fair enough.
It's possible she's on a much deeper floor of the dungeon. The one who kidnapped her may have taken her there.
Wait, kidnapped? But why her?
Well, I think telling Shuro would be fine. Sorry, but could I talk with him privately?
Yeah, you can't tell Kabru about this. But he's probably going to eavesdrop, though.
So?
I just think you need to have something warm in your belly from time to time.
Cheers to that. Meals should do a lot more than fill your stomach until the next chance you get to eat.
You know, you're quite sensible for a dwarf.
Oh, nice. They're actually hitting it off.
Our lord's been sickly ever since childhood. His appetite was lacking, and it made everyone around him worry.
Shuro has been sickly his whole life? I wouldn't have guessed that. He seemed pretty, on solid feet in that first episode.
Why do you reckon he ate up all the things you personally made for him? I know what you put in there. A little ingredient called love.
That's kind of what I thought he was going to say.
It's ready!
An Eastern meal.
My lord, I'm coming in. My lord!
Oh!
What is going on? Did this man do something?
She about to kill him with a piece of paper?
This man and the others used black magic and monster flesh to revive the northern girl.
What?
So you were listening.
How could you do such a thing? People who deal with black magic, they are nothing but criminals. They get locked in dark cells until they die.
That's assuming this leaves the dungeon, Shuro.
Come on, Shuro. You're not thinking straight. You're so hungry right now.
We had no other options. Please understand.
Black magic. This is crazier than I imagined. How's this gonna turn out?
Fallon! Oh, she's injured.
Lord Dilgo, I must locate you as soon as possible.
Man, what have they done to her? It's getting intense. It's getting really intense. So Shuro is back. And I feel like he's going to stay with the party now. We're slowly rejoining the party to how it was in the very first scene of the first episode. I mean, I guess this was kind of our introduction to Shuro in that we learned more about him as a character, but I guess I didn't expect a lot of that. Like, I thought that he was just some brave warrior dude. Turns out he's actually, like, a noble from, like, a prominent house with, like, a retinue and, you know, all these people that are, like, treating him with deference and stuff. And then Laios comes up and he's like, hey, old buddy, old pal, how you doing? They almost gave him a heart attack. Like, that was pretty funny. Yeah, Kabru, I don't know how I feel about Kabru. Like, yeah, it's impressive that he's so perceptive with people, but the way he navigates his interactions with people comes off as, like, somewhat sociopathic, I think. Like, his reaction to finding out about the black magic and, like, what went down with Fallon and the resurrection and Shuro getting so upset. His only reaction was kind of like, oh, wow, can't wait to see how this turns out. Like, no stakes, no investment in this, and not really any regard for the feelings of the people involved. He's just, like, entertained by it. And I assume he has a larger part to play in the story still, more than just acting as, like, the antonym of Laios with his brilliance with monsters. That's what Kabru has with people. And that kind of takes away any excuse he might have for why he makes the decisions that he does. It's like, you clearly have the ability to read the situation correctly, and this is what you came up with? Like, I don't know that I like Kabru, honestly. But I'm loving this show, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Fallon is, like, fully in the service of the Mad Mage at this point. But, like, I gotta see what happens when Shuro sees her and, like, fully comprehends what has been done to her. It's going to be intense. That's going to happen, hopefully, in the next episode. Hopefully they don't make me wait too long here. This is 16 of, I think, 25 in the season. So, I'm over halfway there. I have noticed that it's become very difficult to anticipate what's going to happen next, story-wise. Like, there's so many left turns in this show, and I really like that. I really am enjoying that. So, I hope the twists keep coming. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to Dungeon Meshi episode 16. This reaction has been edited to comply with fair use, which means you're not getting my full reaction over here on YouTube. If you want to watch the full uncut version of this reaction, it's available on Patreon. There's a link in the description of the video. Go check that out and support the channel. Thanks again, and I will catch you in the next one.